flat iron. So later when I'm like, did I do that? I did. My goal was to only read 100. We failed. And this feels like an unpaid internship. I find spreadsheets fascinating because I'm nothing if not exciting like that. Basically, I feel like I'm drowning under a pile of ARCs. I thought that that would end in October, as we lovingly call it, all the books that come out before the holiday season. No. I just had an onslaught of books, and all of a sudden I felt panicked that I had so many books to read. So really, you're just gonna come along with me for a week and watch me strategize how I'm gonna read books, make content, and post about those. And I will show you my systems. That includes a spreadsheet for tracking. That includes a spreadsheet for naming my content, because if there's anything that I like, it's a good spreadsheet. That might be the only thing I like. Spreadsheets and books. Oh, I do like baking. I mean, it's fine. Spreadsheets and books, I mean, honestly. One of my friends had recommended that I like share my tracking spreadsheet like with you guys. If you wanted it, I'd give it to you. But yeah, it does a lot. It may do too much, to be perfectly honest. It may be too much. It may be too much, it may do too much. I might be too much. I have a few more minutes until my next call, so let's see if we can go through this bookish mail. But did I actually introduce myself? If I didn't, hi, I'm Ashley, and welcome. I'm just trying to figure out what I do here on the internet. And so this week, we're doing books. Hello, sir. Oh, you'd like to join me in the office? You're clocking in for your day as well? Okay. And of course the battery's flashing. Okay, great opportunity. I have some stuff I need to do. Getting started a little later than I wanted to, but I've been off for almost a week, which has been delightful. It just means I have a lot of stuff to do coming back into the office. So we are going to I'm going to tend to some emails and make a to-do list. Linus is going to rediscover what toys he has in the office, since clearly he hasn't been here either. I've been working for a little bit, and I thought I'd take a break. One, to tour the new book tracker. Does that sound like fun? I think it does. This is my 2026 book tracker. I just made a few slight adjustments from the 2025 versions, just because I found where I had some of like the links and tabs weren't as helpful as they could be, and there was just like a lot of space between the headers and the information. So where the freeze line started and where I was scrolling to find data was taking up a large portion of the screen, and so it was just taking forever, or I was like only seeing a little bit of data when I was trying to like get to something. Not that exciting. Anyhow, do you want to know a recap of the 2025? That's not totaling correctly. That's fine. We're not going to worry about it. I'm not upset about it. I am a little upset about it. I'm going to pretend like I'm not. Let's be honest. Okay. I read 172 books last year. My goal was to only read 100. We failed. That's all right. 70 of those were ARCs. So had I stuck to that, I would have only read 30 non-ARCs, and that's just silly. My top two authors were C.L. Rose and Jen Plummer. These were both new to me authors this year, so that makes sense. I read all of their back catalog and then their current new releases that came out. What new country are we overtaking today? I gave 31 books a 5-star rating. It's actually pretty reasonable. Looking through these, all of these, yeah, absolutely, I would read again. Average rating of books that I read, a 4.0. I feel like that's pretty standard. 65 of the books that I read received a 4.0, 32 received a 4.5, excuse me. 24 got a 3. 2 books I read got a 1 star. I will not be sharing those titles. And I DNF'd 2 books. Okay, so this year. So I just did some updates, like I said. I made the color palette a little bit more manageable for me. Basically just not so much color, which if you know me in real life, no one's surprised, but here we are. The ARCS page all stayed the same. Same thing. Shows me the author, title, who the PR company is, and what the status of that event is. Here's one's tomorrow. Julia Connors has a book Penalty Play that is coming out later this month. It is going to be coming out here on the 23rd. However, the second teaser will be coming out tomorrow, the date that I'm filming this. It is the 5th of January. Tomorrow is the 6th. So over here it says it is the 6th. And that actually reminded me on my dashboard. My dashboard's the prettiest part. Over here it tells me this week what I have going on. Tuesday, Julia Connors Penalty Play, teaser 2. And then there is a release here. 2 releases, but again, it's fine. And then it gives me next week what the plan is. I love it when authors tell you when they plan to give you the arc, because some authors, like, you'll just get it. And when they give it to you early, great. When they just like give it to you 3 days before release, no. That's when you just read it when you can. I have stopped like rushing my life to do this. Like, this is not a paid deal. This is not my job. I wish it was my job. You can pay me to read your books, but it is not. As you see, as we go through here, like, there's no ratings, there's no nothing, like, because I haven't read anything. I finished 1 book so far this year. I'm taking it slow. I took the last weekish off. Super nice, super chill. So for release and lists, I have organized this. This highlights the release date because it's this week. But I have sorted it by month. I need to get around to making a here's what's coming out in January post. Typically this goes up the last day of the month previous or the first day of that month. We're a little behind. I'm not pressed about it. We're turning over a new leaf in 2026. Here are the new releases that I'm looking forward towards in 2026 for the month of January. On January 8th, we have Hannah Cowan with Show Me You Remember and Callie Mel with Love Tat. On the 13th, Maddie Danielle has Scars of You. That is the second book in the Amity series. Tierney Page has The Sweet Secret. On the 15th, this book is like one of my most anticipated reads of the entire year as of this point. This is the first book in a new series, and if you've read Hannah Gray's previous books, you'll know some of the back characters, but I don't think it's entirely necessary. So if you're looking for a new series where you can just like jump in and not be like 3 books in, whatnot, this is a great place to start. Then on the 20th, we've got Grumpily Ever After with Tegan Hunter. Tessa Bailey has Catch Her If You Can. That, I believe, is the final book in the Big Shot series, which I'm not sure how I feel about that series. Regardless, I have one last Audible credit before I cancel my Audible. I'm just not using it to my potential, and I need to make better use of my Libby app. And I'll probably use it on that just so I can use it before my renewal period starts. So use it before you lose it kind of situation. And then on the 22nd, this one I'm also really excited about, is The Interception by C.L. Rose. That'll be book 3 in the Rock City Renegade series. And then, as I talked about, Penalty Play by Julia Connors comes out on the 23rd. So that is January. And then there's just a number of other releases as they've come up, as authors have released them. As I've heard about them, I just add them here to the calendar. Like these ones down here, they don't have a specific release date, but I know the months in which they'll be released, and I'll just update it as I go. You may go like, how do you know if like you've already added them? That looks so confusing. And it can be, but because I am me, I've created it this way. Let's say I'm like, oh, Sloane St. James is coming out with a new book of ink and alchemy. Oh, it highlights because there's a double entry. Not all fields need to be filled out, so it can be a partial entry. It'll tell me like, hey, you already have it in there. I can go and see what it is and decide if it truly is a double. In this case, yes, it is. Great. It's already on the list. Now we get to the book tracker, and this is my current stressor, if you will. I need to write this review. And once oh, see, when you write a review, it all goes gray. Sometimes I like to use this space here to write notes. I rarely even put a content link in here. I don't know why I have it there. I could put a link here if I wanted to. Do I delete it? Like, there we go. Less pressure on myself. Okay. And look, I can see more of it. I was thinking yesterday, I was like, oh, I should really look at my book track for this year, because I hadn't, as well as figure out what I need to read, because a slew of ARCs hit my Kindle, which super grateful, super excited about, but that also means that I need to get the ball rolling. And I've got a few things to read, and some time is running out. So I just listed everything that I'm reading. Okay, In Good Company. Okay, I did finish reading that one. I just need to do the review, and I just put this checkbox here to remind myself after I do the review. I can do that, and it all goes away. But I need to finish this book. I was listening to it this morning as I was getting ready. That's not what I needed. I am at 86%. That is so close. I will finish that today. I might finish that during lunch. In fact, we'll see. And then here's what else I have to read. This one is a priority. It is an ARC, and it comes out on the 8th. So I need to read that book and then make some kind of content for release day for it. So here is another release that is technically an ARC, because I'm getting it before it is out in the world, but is through NetGalley. It is not part of an author's content team or ARC team or through a PR company like the others are. Basically, I'm not obligated to post about it. Like, there's no like reporting body. That's not true. There's a score on NetGalley that they look at when they consider giving you ARCs, but there's not like, PR companies are usually like in the comments on Instagram and on socials, and NetGalley isn't. They're a corporation versus like a company. They're not a small business. They're a corporation. So basically, I just need to read it and write a review. And honestly, I need to read the first one as well. So this is back burner. If I run out of time, back burner. Honestly, this one is more important to me. It is an ARC. It is Maddie Daniels' Scars of You from the Amity series, which is set in Washington. which is super cute. Small town, that kind of vibes. This one I want to say is enemies to lovers. Why don't we fill that in now? Because I know this. Small town. Perfect. Okay, that is a priority. This one I already have as well. I want to read this one, but I have the most time. And like I said, I normally don't fill this in. I just did because I wanted to know the order in which they come out to see where I needed to make them a priority. Granted, this is me trying to think. We'll see how I end up doing. I'll try and take some snippets of me reading throughout the week, and I'll give you an update before this goes up, because I think this will be going up on Sunday to see how far I've made it and what has been completed. So wish me luck. Okay, I need to do some work, and then I need to take the dog for a walk and have some lunch. Okay, break. That's cute. Okay, I have a few moments while I'm doing my hair, so I figured we would multitask. And I have text-to-speak accessibility thing on my phone. And so I will let that read to me for a little bit. I think I have it at, what speed we got? 1.5. I will start this, and we'll go into some music, copyright. Also, this is someone else's work that is yet to be released. I don't want to be that person.
Grabs my hand in the moment she's on her feet. That's what we came here to tell you both.
Okay, hair done. Took longer than it ought to have. Next up, should do some makeup, maybe some sunscreen. Back to it. There we go. Hair. We need a hair cut. Yeah. Probably there. Anyhow, okay, hair, makeup done. It'll do. Unplugging the flat iron. So later when I'm like, did I do that? I did. It is now Friday, so I thought it was time for a check-in of the book reading progress and what my plan of attack is. Hi, Tippity Tap. Hello, sir. Yeah, you just wanted to come say hello. We have a Tippity Tappity. Yeah, you puked all over me yesterday. Not cute. Want to lay right here on your bed? This is me just convincing my dog that he wants to do something so I can do something. I'm gonna do some updates about books. Okay, so it's now Friday. That's a good boy. That's a good choice. We're laying on the bed. We're making good choices all around. Okay, so Show Me You Remember came out yesterday, the 8th. I stayed up too late on the 7th to finish that book. So good. That is the first 5-star rating I have given to a book this year. And then I really wanted to dive into Getting the Goalie just because I love Hannah Gray and I love her writing, but I was trying to be responsible and I started with Scars of You by Maddie Danielle that comes out on the 13th. I started, let's see, Scars of You, how far am I? I'm 86% of the way done. So I will finish that today. Yeah, I have 54 pages left. I'll finish that probably this morning, but at least by this afternoon. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. And then I will move on to getting the goalie, which is great because I just received 2 more ARCs. Like, I knew they were coming, but they were in my inbox already. And on Monday, I'm getting another ARC that I also knew was coming, but alas. I know, I was trying to explain this to a friend, and this feels like an unpaid internship. Here we are. That it's my book update. Pardon me. Makes me super tired to think about. There's a lot of interesting things happening in the business background. I'm not sure how I want to address quite yet, but we'll get there. All right, I'm going to continue reading. I'm going to work on editing this bit, and then I will pop in with an update and tell you how far I've gotten. And then you can always go check my socials to see if I've popped up some content. That is how you know if I completed or not. Also, I always post a review over on Goodreads, Storygraph, BookBub if it's up, Amazon, you name it. So there's that.
So many things, there's going to be 20,000 change orders, but that's...
It is time for a book update. This might be the final book update. I'm not sure as of right now. What? I need to stop doing things with my hands. Okay. Last we chatted, I think I was working on, I don't even know what I was working on. That's how bad it is. So many books. The guitar case is making it look like nice one coming on my head. I could move it, but instead I'll just hold my head in this position so it looks somewhat normal. Show Me You Remember, finished. Scars of You, book 2 from the Amity series by Maddie Danielle. Very good. We got to revisit some characters from the Denver Dragon series. That was nice. That comes out shortly. Will have already been out by the time you see this. And then I skipped. I went straight into Getting the Goalie. I had to. I've been wanting to read this book since August, since it was announced that something was coming in this universe. It was so good. It was so good. I love it. I love this world. Like, I want to make content for it. That's how much I love it. And then I had just finished The Interception, which is book 3 in the Rock City Renegades series by C.L. Rose. Also very good. That one is a surprise pregnancy, not his baby. And I have just started Grumpily Ever After. It is the first book in a, I'm hoping, a new series. Stick Taps by Tegan Hunter. I really love her writing. Another Pacific Northwest author, much like Maddie Danielle. Just really enjoy it. Also set in Washington. Very cute. It is definitely going to be best friend's brother. It's gonna be a little enemy slurs, I can just tell, but it's gonna be super good. I get the Penalty Play arc tomorrow from Julia Connors. They're just like rolling in. I have like a naming convention that I came up with for all of my content. I don't know if I've shared this previously, but like basically I can put in my author, my book title, the series, book number, content, and it'll like auto-populate. It's really helpful for when I file it away. It's really helpful for when I'm trying to find something in Canva, or when I want to make something new, but I'm like, oh, I remember I made something similar to that for this book, or what did I make in that series, something like that. It's very helpful. I find spreadsheets fascinating because I'm nothing if not exciting like that. So that is it, just because I feel like there's quite a bit, just me talking about books. I hope you like this. I can go deeper, do mini book reviews for each of these. I'm so tired. Today's my day. I look terrible because, like I said, it's just been one. My best friend is calling. We're gonna go. Have a good night. I'll see you tomorrow. Anyhow, should we start this off with a little bit of a book mail situation? I got this one from Hannah Hunting. This is just a sweet holiday card. It definitely got here after the new year. I'm not complaining. Also came with a really cute sticker. It says, wishing you 5-star reads this holiday season, which, that's stinking cute. Just a sweet message signed from her. Appreciate that. And then this one is from Maggie Rodden. Oh, I did bring in scissors. Oh, this is actually not what I thought it was, but I'm excited nonetheless. This is not what I thought it was, but I will gladly take it. I love a Maggie Rodden book. When I was reading this on my Kindle, I guess I did not think it was this thick of a boy. Also, she does the nicest books. Like, it is a smooth matte finish. Oh, that feels nice. Okay, I'm just touching the book. This is Westbound by Maggie Rodden. I think I've shown you the other books in this series. Oh, and it's signed. That's nice. Yeah, this is the third book. The first one was Bull Rush. Second one, Dark Horse. And then this one, Westbound. And then we're getting High Water next. I think that'll be the final Horseman book in that series. So in addition to the book, she sent some stickers. So my dark Western romance era and Maggie Rodden fun. I don't even know if I shared this, but it was sitting here, so I feel like I should. If I did, I'm sorry. I received this amazing PR package from Hannah Hunting. This was her last release in the Toronto Terror series, that one, called If You Claim Me. It was a marriage of convenience trope. She really did it. Like, right? How cool is that? Okay, sorry, I'm distracted. Oh, this is from another PR box. I was just putting things together. Now I'm wondering if I showed you that PR box. I'm losing it. I'm gonna show you this next. I just started putting all things together, apparently. Some people save their PR boxes, but I don't know what to do with it. Like, this is so cool, but what do you do with it? A Badass Brigades bag. It's actually a very nice tote bag. Got a little pouch with I don't know what everyone's obsession is with scrunchies right now. Bracelet. I do enjoy these pens. These promo pens are actually quite nice. Don't mind if I do. Journal, if you will. Quite nice. Would be a good idea to hold on to. A ton of stickers. Again, I should take a photo of some of these things and I'll insert it here. Maybe I'll do a flat lay, take a video. I'll figure it out. I'll just show it to you guys. There's some playing cards for some of the characters, which is kind of fun. Promo card for the book. More character cards. Stickers. This is actually so helpful. It is a family tree, essentially, of cast of characters, if you will, for this series. And it just kind of shows you the couples, how they're all connected, that sort of thing. I really like it when they give you this. It's super helpful when you read that many books. It is challenging sometimes to remember exactly who goes where, if you will. And then this might be the nicest physical copy of a book I've ever been sent. It is a hard copy with sprayed edges. Isn't that nuts? This book also has fun chapter headers. So like that. So how cool is that? This is my first sprayed edged book. I was very excited. Oh, also signed. Super cool. This is for the Christmas Catch, which is right now a standalone, but I believe we might be getting a part 2 next holiday season. This is by Hannah Gray, which, you know, can do no wrong by me. I really enjoy her writing. These are cute. They're actually a little bit bigger. I really love this. This is also like really nice. I petition for all authors to print in this like soft matte. It's just nice. How cute is that? Christmas Catch. Came with a scrunchie that the cat tried to eat, oddly. A Christmas in Maine soy candle. It smells Christmassy. I have been to Maine. I don't know if that's the scent I'd associate with it, but hey, you know, here we are. And then a ton of goodies. What I really appreciate is hers like came corralled, and it came in the cutest bubble mailer. I kind of wish I can feel the hair. You know what I mean? When you can like feel. Found it. Okay. It came in the cutest bubble mailer. I kind of wish I had it still, even though I told you like, what do you do with all this stuff? It looked kind of like the front of the book, but then also like a parcel. I mean, I get it was a parcel because it came in the mail, but it was very well done. It was very, very cute. I'm sure I have a picture of it. We'll put it here. Great. We have some art, more bookmarks with like some teaser quotes. Adorable. Okay, I will lay this out and I will take a little video tour so you can see this all. Well, you've already seen this. Hopefully you've not just looked at my face this whole time, because then I've done a poor job. Let's wrap this up. Ashley, why do intros have to be so weird? They don't need to be weird, Ashley. You're being weird. I'm the one making it weird. Just introduce what you're doing. Say what you're doing. Just tell them what you're doing. Oh, there's another book box here. Did I show you this?